Hi YouTube friends, have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the link below. Not going to want to miss this one. Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLaneDesigns.com. So I didn't do this video right away when Etsy made the changes that they made because I figured, who cares what I think? Evidently you guys care what I think. People have been asking me what I think of the free shipping policy that Etsy has put in place. And I've seen a lot of the videos out there, and this is going to be a super unpopular opinion based on what I've seen, and I don't really care if it's unpopular. Here's the deal. I'm a business owner, but I do not have a platform like Etsy has. I do not have a built-in audience for my product. I don't have a way to market my product as well as Etsy does. And don't tell me about Shopify and things like that. Here, Etsy is handmade and vintage. Their audience is there for either handmade or vintage. So if you're a handmade seller or you're a vintage seller, you have a built-in audience when you list on Etsy. Now, there are different marketing things that you still need to do and things like that that, you know, as a business owner, you should be doing anyway. But here's my opinion. If you're going to play in Etsy's sandbox, you better learn to live by their rules. And if you don't like it, too bad. You can always go sell handmade on Amazon. You can go sell handmade on eBay, and you can sell vintage and on Etsy, on Amazon and eBay as well. There are plenty of other platforms for you to go to if you don't like it. And I think the thing that is chapping people's butts the most is that they make these changes without discussing it with us first. Well, first of all, how many people are on Etsy? How many sellers are on Etsy right now? I don't know. You have to Google that. Maybe something will swipe across, tell you that I've Googled it since having this conversation. You want Etsy to send out a request to get approval for all their new terms and conditions from every single person on Etsy. Can you imagine what a nightmare that is? Now, I used to be the treasurer for an organization of about 150 women. We couldn't come to a consensus on where to have lunch, y'all. I can't imagine what that would look like to try and get every Etsy seller to be happy with these new policies. Etsy is trying to evolve, and there are growing pains with every platform. Do I agree with everything they've done in the past? No. They have released statements saying, or the president gave an interview stating that he has a policy where any Etsy developer can change the platform at any given time without permission and no repercussions if it doesn't work out. That screws with my livelihood. You know, if they make a bad change to their platform that changes the search algorithm so bad that I can't get found, they're messing with my business. Do I agree with that? No. As far as free shipping, I don't care. I work the price of my shipping into my product anyway, and let me tell you, I've had some vintage people get all up in arms about that. They're like, it's not fair that you work... They're putting their shipping prices in. You know what? Yeah, I'm putting my shipping prices in. You want to know why? It protects me. I work on a very short margin, a very tiny margin. A lot of the pieces that I get are like a really good price. Let's say this piece. I know for a fact that I got this piece. It's on my Etsy site for $1. And I think I've listed it for, I don't know, the price will come across there. Well, after I sell this piece, I've got my Etsy listing fee. Now let's say it doesn't sell the first time out. So I've got 20 cents, 20 cents, 20 cents. So there's 60 cents. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Show me another platform where it's like that cheap and they've got a built-in audience specifically looking for what you do. Specifically looking for vintage and handmade. Now eBay may have people looking for vintage on it, but there's also people looking for new shoes, a car, the cheapest this, the cheapest that, some old printer piece that you can't find anymore, some toner cartridges. I mean, it's a giant garage sale on eBay, let's face it. And they want the cheapest price. You list your stuff on eBay, people will ask you to lower your price, lower your price, lower your price. Can I get a better price? Can I get a better price? Can I get a better price? It's annoying. On Etsy, I very rarely run into that. I've stated in my policy I don't negotiate on price. And I think it's the difference between Walmart and Target. There, I said it. I want to be a Target seller, not a Walmart seller. So I'm on Etsy. But after those fees and then what Etsy takes when you sell it, and they take it off the shipping anyway, I might as well work the damn shipping into it. Let's say I have something damaged in shipping. The post office reimburses me for the price of the item, not the shipping. So let's say this gets broken. I charge $12 for this or whatever you saw swipe across here. It's going to cost me $6 to ship this minimum. Minimum $6 to ship this. Probably $8 to $9 to ship this. I've made a profit. My goal is always to double my money on anything I've made for $1. That's not hard to do, but I do want to make a profit. So after Etsy's fees that they take off the shipping anyway, and then they cut into my shipping, so I list my shipping at $8 and they took 50 cents of it, so now I'm down 50 cents. Yeah, I work my shipping into my price. Because if it gets damaged, then the post office reimburses me for the full amount. So for me, it's protecting myself. So that policy of guaranteeing free shipping over $35 didn't change what I was doing. Didn't affect me at all. I agreed to it without hesitation. Without hesitation. So it's just one of those things where, you know, people don't like saying we're gonna lower your search ranking based on the fact that you don't want to offer free shipping. Then change the way you do business. If you want to play in their sandbox, you have to follow their rules. And if you don't like it, get out of the sandbox. Leave the sandbox. This is not the only platform that you can sell on. And if you don't like that opinion, I get it. You won't like me. I don't care. Yeah, it's just the way it is. You can always build your own platform. If you're a brand and you're like this giant brand, global brand, yeah, you're not on Etsy. You can make your own rules. But if you're a seller, an individual seller of vintage or handmade items, then you gotta play by their rules or you gotta find a different platform. And my guess is the reason you're on Etsy is because there is no other platform geared specifically for what you do, handmade and vintage. They're not trying to take advantage of you. Etsy's not trying to take advantage of you. They want you to do well because they make money when you do well. But listening to the customer, and your customer is who you should be thinking about, really. The customers are going, I don't want to look at this handmade item or this vintage item at $60. And I'm like, yeah, $60, that's great. And then I've seen vintage sellers and handmade sellers, and you click through to their shipping and it's like, and $27 in shipping. And you're like, for this? Well, I have shipping and handling because I got to pay for my packaging and I got to pay for the, you know what, list it in the price. So that when I'm scrolling through the search listings and I see it is $75 with free shipping, I go, I can't do $75, or you go, I can. But either way, you know the price. If you don't like it, don't play. And I've had a lot of people get upset because I think it was the president again, he really needs to maybe take a class on communications because he made a statement of the people selling on Etsy don't want to run a business. He's kind of stupid. Kind of stupid. You kind of stupid. I do run a business. I am branded. I'm branded, y'all. I'm building a brand. Etsy is a tool that I use. I don't think of him as my, business partner. I think of him as a tool. That's not a nice thing to say. But Etsy is a tool that I'm using. Not that the president is a tool. His communications make him sound like a tool. Yeah, but when he says things, then people get offended and they get angry because he says really stupid things. But the whole thing is, in this world, there's a lot of people that say stupid things. I could list some, I'm not gonna. But, what he says doesn't affect me. I don't care if he thinks I'm not a business person. They don't want to know business. They just want to make their little crafts and move on with their life. I don't make a craft, and I sell vintage, and I do have a business, and I run it like a business. And I have spreadsheets, and I have goals, and I have, benchmarks I set for myself. And I know what ROI means. I know what all the terms mean. I've been in business for probably longer than he has. I think I'm older than he is. I think I'm actually older than he is. And I probably, I could probably run Etsy better than you could, dude. In the end, I think there should be developer accountability. I think there should probably be some testing before you launch things on the site. I don't think that's a great policy to have. But, if I ran the world, right? I mean, I've sat and had long conversations with people where we discuss if we ran the world and how things would be different. But the truth is, I don't run Etsy, and I don't run the world, and I don't want to run Etsy. I want to run Peony Lane Designs. And ultimately, if I build this brand well enough, I'll be off Etsy. That's my goal. I have a big, hairy goal. Big, hairy goal. That's a whole other video. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna stop talking about that. Signing an agreement was nothing for me. And I know that's unpopular, and I know this video is probably gonna make some people very upset because they don't like being told what to do. And that's what it is it's like a bunch of children trying to gain their independence, but you're not independent. You're under Etsy's roof, and as long as you're under Etsy's roof, you're gonna play by Etsy's rules. And if you don't like it, move out. That's basically what they just told you. And it doesn't make people happy. It didn't make you happy when your parents said it to you. It doesn't make you happy when Etsy says it to you. That's my opinion. So everybody that wanted to know my opinion, there you got it. And it's, not going to change what you do. It shouldn't change what you do. My opinion only matters to me. How I run my business only matters to me. So you need to do what's best for you. And if $35 free shipping isn't going to work for you, either work the shipping into the price of your product or leave the platform. Or disagree and don't do it and charge shipping and rank lower. If you're doing social media or any kind of marketing on your own that you could support saying, screw you, Etsy, I'm gonna not do free shipping, then you shouldn't worry about it. Anyway, so if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'm guessing I'm gonna get some thumbs down on this one because it's not a real popular opinion to have right now. There's just a lot of people that want to boo-hoo and boo-hoo and boo-hoo, and I'm not gonna boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. I don't like you telling me what to do. You know what? I will let them tell me what to do as long as it's convenient for me, because it's a tool that I'm using. And once that tool is no longer sharp, I get a new tool. So that's where I'm at with this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching, everyone. Happy junkin'. Bye. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more Junkin videos.